It's been 7 months now since Nagisti Semret was brutally stabbed to death in a Cabbagetown laneway. Today, Toronto Police Homicide Detective Sergeant Gary Giroux offered some new details and a $50,000 reward in an effort to track down the man who butchered the 55-year-old woman as she walked home early on October 23, 2012.
Ms. Semret was attacked and stabbed to death on Tuesday, the 23rd of October in the year 2012 at approximately 7 a.m. in the morning. The stabbing took place on the south side of 510 Ontario Street in the City of Toronto. The attack took place within a laneway that runs east-west between Bleecker Street and Ontario Street. The deceased, and it's confirmed that she left work after working the night shift as a cleaner in a supervisory position at the Delta Chelsea Hotel. The deceased left work at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and she is caught on area building surveillance video leaving the hotel and walking eastbound along Gerrard Street East, heading home. The homicide squad released video of the south side of 85 Bleecker Street. There's a camera that it's affixed to the building that showed Ms. Semret passing that location on her way home to her street on Winchester. The video shows the offender walking behind the deceased, and it also shows the same offender running past the camera after the attack. The deceased is seen with her umbrella walking in the rain from the east sidewalk of Bleecker Street towards this particular laneway where the attack took place. It's believed that the deceased came northbound on Sherbourne Street and cut through the Green Pea parking lot eastbound to Bleecker Street. Approximately 1 minute later, the suspect can be seen walking behind the deceased in the same direction with his right hand inside his jacket, and we believe he's holding a knife. The deceased is stabbed a number of times with a large kitchen-style knife, the blade of which is over 20 centimeters in length. The pathology examination indicated that at least one of the stab wounds touched the deceased's spine, traveling completely through her body. A full forensic examination of the scene and the deceased deceased's clothing were undertaken with the assistance of the Centre of Forensic Sciences Biology Section. Numerous forensic submissions were made to the biology section, and I'm prepared to outline those forensic examinations for you now. Male DNA was found under the fingernail of the deceased's right hand. Male DNA was found on the canvas portion of the umbrella used by the citizen who confronted the offender as the attack was ongoing. Male DNA was detected on the black khaki canvas bag the deceased was carrying at the time of this particular attack. Those male genetic DNA profiles are all from the same individual, in other words, the offender. The offender is bleeding. I believe the deceased scratched the offender during the attack, in which she was able to gather the offender's DNA under the fingernails of her right hand. In addition, I believe that the offender wounded himself during the attack with the knife that he was carrying. Oftentimes, during attacks of this nature, offenders will injure themselves based on the rain in this particular occasion and the amount of blood that's flowing from the victim's injuries. The wound may or may not have been medically treated. The homicide squad have been transparent with their investigation and their investigative decisions to this point in an interest of drawing the community into the process of helping the police determine what happened to the victim and identify the suspect responsible. The homicide squad is again asking the community in this particular area to think back in relation to the time of this particular attack about an individual that may have had a hand or arm wound that may or may not have been medically treated. The homicide squad is asking for the public to contact the police with information on an individual that had such an injury at the time of this particular incident. In addition, the Toronto Police Service is offering a $50,000 reward in relation to information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the individual responsible for the murder of Nagisti Semret.
Now, if you have any information on this killing, or you remember a white man around or after October 23rd having a cut hand, please call the Homicide Unit at 416-808-7400 or Crime Stoppers at 416-222-TIPS. For the Toronto Sun, I'm Chris Doucette.